Welcome to the Raise Your Energy podcast. My name is Linda Lange and I'm your host and energy expert. How cool would it be if you would be a master at putting yourself into a new situation or having no trouble stepping out of that proverbial comfort zone? Good news! I'm giving you the tools today to help you get more comfortable being uncomfortable. Let's begin. In the last episode, we discovered what it means to be inside and outside of that comfort zone. We learned that the comfort zone is the known and where it feels comfortable, and stepping outside of the comfort zone means being in the unknown and where it can be a bit uncomfortable. So listen to episode 112 if you want to know why it's so hard to step out of that comfort zone. In this episode, we will discuss the tools and the knowledge we can leverage to make stepping out of our comfort zones easier. Or in the words of the episode title, how to get comfortable being uncomfortable. We all have a level of uncomfortableness that we can deal with and are happy to live with. And that level will be unique for each of us. But that means as well that this level is not set in stone. It can change in both directions. Today we are looking at how we can have a higher level of uncomfortableness in our lives. Being uncomfortable is good for us as it allows us to go after our dreams and desires. If you listen to that last episode, you know that your dreams and desires are outside of that comfort zone, in the unknown. Therefore, being able to more willingly or happily step out of that comfort zone can bring you to your dreams faster. If you always stay in your comfort zone and avoid situations where you might fail or be uncomfortable, then there is no way for you to grow. Some people are, of course, naturally more comfortable trying new things in life and are more comfortable being uncomfortable simply because they have chosen to constantly stretch themselves outside of their limits. These people are already in the habit of pushing themselves past their limits on a regular basis, so they know what it is like to be outside of their comfort zone. They have an increased tolerance for discomfort because they have become desensitized over time. Constantly facing new difficult situations and keep learning from them has left them building those muscles that allow them to spend more time in that uncomfortable state. If I think about my life over the last few years, that probably applies to my comfortableness or uncomfortableness of traveling by myself. After having done it for the first time and survived, I stretched myself and kept going. And now it's something I so enjoy and get so much out of it as well. I would not miss it for the world, and I'm so glad that I stepped out of my comfort zone the first time around. Now, that might sound scary to you. I get it. You might literally feel scared stepping out of your comfort zone. Those states, being scared and being uncomfortable, can feel very similar and they can even blend into each other. Being uncomfortable means that you are in a situation where things are unfamiliar to you. It's outside of the usual and unpredictable. In contrast, being scared implies fear or anxiety about something dangerous happening to you or others. You can be uncomfortable without being scared or even anxious. Being uncomfortable is a normal and healthy part of our lives that can't really be avoided. When faced with something new or different, we all experience some degree of discomfort at first, but then we adapt to the situation after getting a little bit more used to it. So the key is knowledge and gaining familiarity with that new situation. But if you experience intense fear or anxiety in new situations, nevertheless, this could be a sign of a mental health issue and you would want to seek professional support. So how can we train ourselves to be more comfortable being uncomfortable? The answer lies in the practice of it, in literally training yourself, getting to know your triggers and signs when you get into that state of uncomfortableness. The more you understand yourself in these situations, the easier it will be to continue your training outside of your comfort zone. So here are a few things that you can do to train yourself. Start small and in areas that don't really feel that important to you. Keep stepping out of your comfort zone where the risks are not as high. Try out new things like food, experiences, or activities. That way you start desensitizing yourself and it won't even feel uncomfortable anymore after a while, like with my solo traveling that I just told you about. Social events that you might want to avoid are great practice ground to stay in the feeling of uncomfortableness. Put yourself into these situations and observe the emotion inside of you. You will realize that nothing bad is happening to you, even if you feel uncomfortable. And it only lasts until you find a person to connect with and then you stop being uncomfortable. If you are like me, a planner and love to organize, how about organizing your exits from your comfort zone? Write down 3 situations or activities that you really love to do, but that make you feel uncomfortable. And then plan the first step that you can take. Challenge yourself to work off that list of steps to take yourself into the unknown more and more. And stay curious and learn more about certain topics in your life. Even ask questions if you have the opportunity. It gives you a chance to get more comfortable with new beliefs, new perceptions, and new opinions. In the previous episode, we discovered that our survival systems don't really like to be in an unpredictable state. And being outside of your comfort zone means unpredictability. So your survival systems will try anything to move you back into your comfort zone where everything is known and predictable. So what can we do to work with our survival systems in this case? For our survival systems, the situation feels unsafe, as if you were in danger. The problem is that most of the times that is not really the case, right? So the activation of our survival systems is natural and an instinct, but not helpful. We therefore want to communicate with our systems that it's actually safe and that this is not a life-threatening situation. Here are tools that help me to move from that unbalanced state back into a balanced state where I am more calm and my mind isn't hijacked by stress chemicals. First of all, breathing deeply into my belly has various benefits in that situation. Breathing deeply and all the way into the belly gives a sign that it's safe to the nervous system. Shallow breathing just in your chest is the opposite. It's a sign of stress. And then secondly, putting your focus on breathing moves you into the present moment and actually stops you from spiraling into unhelpful and destructive thought patterns. The second tool which I find really helpful in this situation is to create a mantra. A phrase or a few words that give your survival instincts the message that it's safe. You can literally use the words, I am safe, or something similar that works better for you. And the more often you use that phrase, the quicker your nervous system reads that cue and allows you to come back into balance. And the third and last tool that I have for you is to mentally rehearse the situation to be ready up front. Our frontal lobe, which is part of our brain, allows us to imagine a situation. It doesn't really know the difference between what you imagine in your head and actually experience out there. So we often use it to come up with worst case scenarios, but in this case, we can use it to practice how we can stay calm and collected in a situation that makes us generally feel uncomfortable. And that will help us to stay outside of that comfort zone. So sit down in silence, maybe have some music playing in the background, close your eyes and then imagine the situation. Imagine it going really well. And the more you practice it in your mind, the better you can manage your survival instinct when the real situation actually comes around. Alright, you have now more than enough tools to go out there and step into that unknown. Make your dreams and desires come true. Make them a reality. Thank you so much for watching this video with me today. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave me a thumbs up if you like this video. And with that, I love you and leave you. Talk soon and bye bye.